Eve and the Snake. The Sunday sermons are given by men. Women aren't allowed to get on stage like this, standing alone to tell God's story. I don't understand why, but I listen anyways. On the first day, God made the heavens and the earth, and he looked at it, and it was good. It's a long story. It's a good story. Adam and Eve got made. A snake appeared in a tree, a talking snake, and then Eve had to make a choice. The apple the snake wanted her to eat looked so good, just one bite. But it was the only apple in a kingdom full of apples that God had said, "Don't touch." "It's the best apple in all the world," the snake said. "Go ahead and taste it. God won't care." But we know the ending in our heads. We scream, "Don't do it, Eve. That's the devil inside that snake. He's tricking you." But Eve took a bite. And so here we are, sitting in the Kingdom Hall on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, hoping that God sees it in his heart to know it wasn't our fault. Give us another chance. Send that snake back, and we promise we'll say no this time. Our Father fading away. In all our moving, we've forgotten our family in Ohio, forgotten our father's voice, the slow drawl of his words, the way he and his brother David makes jokes that weren't funny and laughed as though they were. We forgot the color of his skin. Was it dark brown like mine or lighter like Dell's? Did he have hope in Dell's loose curls or my tighter, kinkier hair? Was his voice deep or high? Was he a hugger like Grandma Georgina? Holding us like she never planned on letting us go? Or did he hug her hard and fast like Mama, planting her warm lips to our foreheads where the kiss lingered long after she said I love you, pulled her sweater on and left for work each morning? In Brooklyn, there are no more calls from Ohio, no more calls from our father or Grandpa Hope or Grandma Grace or David or Ann or Ada or Alicia. It is as if each family has disappeared from the other. Soon someone who knows someone in Ohio who knows the Woodsons tells my mother that Grandpa Hope has died. At dinner that evening, our mother gives us the news, but we keep eating because we hadn't known he was still alive. And for a moment I think about Jack, our father, but then, quickly as it comes, the thought moves on. Our out of sight, out of mind, my brother says. But only a part of me believes this is true. Halfway home, number 2. For a long time there's only one tree on our block. Although it still feels strange to be so far away from soft dirt beneath bare feet, the ground is firm here, and the one tree blooms wide enough to shade 4 buildings. The city is settling around me. My words come fast now. When I speak, the soft curl of the South on my tongue is near gone. Who are these city children? My grandmother laughs, her own voice sad and far away on the phone. But it is a long-distance call from Greenville to Brooklyn. Too much money and not enough time to explain that New York City is a gray rock and quick-moving cars. That the traffic lights change fast and my sister must hold tight to my hand as we cross to where a small man singing Paraga Paraga sells shaved ices from his white cart filled with bottles and bottles of fruit-flavored syrup, colored red and purple, orange and blue, that our mouths water in the hot sun as we hand them our quarters and wait patiently as he pours the syrup over the ice, hands it to us in paper cones. We'll be coming home soon, Grandma. Each of us promises. We love you. And when she says I love you too, the South is so heavy in her mouth, my eyes fill up with missing of everything and everyone I've ever known. The paint eater. In the night, in the corner of the bedroom the 4 of us share, comes and picking up of plaster, paint gone, come morning. My younger brother Roman can't explain why paint melting on our tongues feels good. Still, he eats the paint and plaster until a white hole grows where pale green eyes used to be. And too late we catch him, his fingers in his mouth, his lips covered with dust. Chemistry. When Hope speaks, it's always about comic books and superheroes until my mother tells him he has to talk about something else, and then it's science. He wants to know everything about rockets and medicine and the galaxy. He wants to know where the sky ends and what does it feel like when gravity's gone and is the food men eat on the moon. His questions come so fast and so often that we forgot how quiet he once was until my mother buys him a chemistry set. And then for 4 hours And then for hours after school each day, he makes potions, mixing chemicals in that stink up the house, causing sparks to fly from shaved bits of iron, puffs of smoke to pop from strange colored liquids. We are fascinated by him, goggled and bent over the stove, a clamp, a clamped test tube protruding from his gloved hand. On the days when our mothers say she doesn't want him smelling up the house with his potions, he takes his trains apart, studies each tiny piece, then slowly puts them together. We don't know what it is he's looking for as he searches the inside of things, studies the way things change. Each whispered "wow" from him makes me think that he was that he with his searching, and Dell with his reading, and even Roman with his trying to eat to the other side of our walls, his lying for something way past Brooklyn, something out there. Baby in the house. And then one day Roman won't get up, sun's coming in bright, through the bedroom window, the rest of us dressed and ready to go outside. No laughter, just tears when we hold him, more crying when we put him down and won't eat it, and even my mother can't help him. When she takes him to the hospital, she comes back alone, and for many days after that, there is no baby in our house, and I am finally the baby girl again, wishing I wasn't, wishing there wasn't so much quiet where my brothers laughed used to be, wishing the true baby in our house was home. Going home again. Julie comes, and Robert takes us on the night train back to South Carolina. We kiss our baby brother goodbye in the hospital bed where he reaches out, cries to come with us. His words are weak as water, no more than a whisper with so much air around them. I'm coming too, he says. But he isn't coming, not this time, my mother says. There's lead in his blood. My mother says there's lead in his blood from the paint he finds a way to pick and eat off our bedroom wall. Every time our backs are turned, small holes grow, like white stars against the green paint, covered again and again by our mother. But still, he finds a way. Each of us hugs him, promises to bring him candies and toys, promises we won't have fun down south without him. Each of us leans in for our mother's kiss on her forehead, her warm lips already a memory that each of us carries home. Home again to Hall Street. My grandmother's kitchen is the same, big and yellow and smelling of the pound cake she made to welcome us back. And now, in the late afternoon, she is standing at a sink, tearing collars beneath cool running water, while the cows caw outside, and the sun sinks slow into red and gold. When Hope lets the screen door slam, she fusses, "Boy, don't you slam my door again," and my brother says, "I'm sorry," just like always. Soon there'll be lemonade on the porch, the swing whining the same early evening song it always sings, my brother and sister with a checker set between them, me next to my grandfather falling asleep against his thin shoulder. And it's not even strange that it feels the way it always felt, like the place we belong to, like home.